So students, here we can see that we are going to study the programming part of your computer's Java, right? The specimen has been given by the council, by the board. Some programs are there. So you can see that in that one question is there. If you see question number 4 in the specimen, it is given that define a class to declare an array of size 20 of double type. Now what you have to do, you have to accept the elements into the array and perform the following. So some task has been given to you. You can see that first task that you have to calculate and print the sum of all the elements, Second point, you have to write that calculate and print the highest value. Calculate and print the highest value of the array. Now students, in this program, you can see that what you have to do, you have to declare an array of size 20 of double type. That means the decimal values will be stored. And you have to accept the elements into the array. And what you have to do, you have to print the sum of the elements. At the same time, you have to calculate and print the highest value in that question. Now let's solve this program. So how this program can be solved? Such as, first of all, you will declare a package. So package will be declared import java dot util dot asterisk semicolon. Now define a class. I am giving such as class array. Inside this class, you have to define the function, as you all know, such as I am giving a function name as display. After this, you have to define the scanner object to take the input from the user. Scanner sc equals to new scanner system.in. So after declaring this, you can see that what you have to do, you have to take, or first of all, you have to declare the array. So to declare the array, it is of double type. So declare the array of double type, double, such as I am taking a equals to new, then double data type you have to give, and give the size as 20. So here what we have done, we have simply declared the array up till now. Now next part, what you have to do, students, that you have to take input the numbers or the values in the array. For this, let's move to the next part. First of all, we will ask the user to give the enter or give the input, the numbers. So give a message to the user system.out.println, enter 20 fractional values. Right? So to enter the values in the array, you all are aware that without loop, we cannot enter any value in the array. So declare a loop starting with 0, I must be less than 20, I plus plus, and take the input such as we had taken the name A of I equals to sc dot next int. After giving the statement, the user can enter 20 values because loop will execute 0 to 19. Now, what you have to do, you have to find the sum of the elements and the highest value. What you can do, you can execute the separate loop or you can calculate in this same loop also. What we are doing, we are declaring a variable sum and we will execute the separate loop to calculate the sum of the element and the largest value. Now, largest value can be found such as you cannot give any largest value or cannot initialize any largest value. So what you can do, you can initialize 0 into it because every number will be greater than 0. So that's why large will be initialized as 0. Now again, you will execute the loop for and int I will be initialized as 0. I must be less than, that is 20, I plus plus. After that, you have to add the value. So simply give sum equals to sum plus array of I. With the help of this statement, the addition of the elements will be calculated into the variable sum and accumulated. Now in the same loop, what you have to do, you have to calculate or you have to find the largest value. So to find the largest value, what you can do, you can compare if the comparison will be with the array values a of I. So if a of I is greater than the large, the variable which we had taken, that means it's understood that array of I is having or consisting the largest value than the variable large. For example, large is having 0 and the first value I is 0 at the first time. So the first value is such as 3 or 3.5. So which is greater than. So what you have to do, you have to initialize that a of I to the variable large a of I. In this way, simply you can initialize and the largest value will come in the variable large. Now again, loop will get executed I plus plus. It will check the second value. So when we check the second value, I becomes 1. It will check with the largest, the 3.5, the last value which is being stored into the variable large. Now close this loop and at the last, what you have to do, you have to simply print system.out.println the sum of elements. So you will write the statement, the sum of elements equals to plus the variable name sum. And also print the largest values, print a statement system.out.println the largest value is equals to plus large. Now close the function and close the class. So in this way, you can achieve this task that by entering 20 fractional values, you can find the sum of the all values and the highest value of the array. I hope that you all understood this program. So now what we are doing, we are now solving the next program, which is based on strings. The question number 5, it is given. Let me show you the question. So the question is, if you see in the specimen, it is given question number 5, which came from the council, that define a class to accept, define a class to accept 2 strings. So you have to input 2 strings over here, convert them into uppercase, convert them into uppercase. After that, check and display whether 2 strings whether two strings are equal or not. So first of all, you have to check whether these two strings are equal or not. And print the string with the highest length. Length, you know that we will find the length of any string, such as this is a class and class is a string. So length will be calculated from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the length of class is 5. So what you have to do, you have to print the string with the highest length, or print the message both the strings are of equal length. Both the strings are of equal length. So I hope that you all understood this program. In this program, what you have to do, students, you have to input two strings. After entering two string values, two words, you have to convert them into uppercase. So already they are asking that you have to convert into uppercase, so that the comparison will be not more difficult. It will be easy, that you can use simple equals function. But if they are not in uppercase, you have to use the separate function, that is equals ignore case. Now next part, what you have to do, you have to display whether two strings are equal or not, and print the string with the highest length also, or print the message that both strings are of equal length, if they are of equal length, right? If they are equal or not. So let's see, let's make the program. So we are declaring again the scanner object. For that, we have to take the package in your class 10 java.util.asterisk semicolon, defining a class such as comparison. I am giving the meaningful name. Always give the meaningful name to the program, such as void check I am giving. And after starting the function, you have to declare the scanner object, scanner sc equals to new scanner system.in. After that, you have to take input from the user. So give a message to the user, system.out.println, enter two words. So after entering or giving this message that enter two words, you will take two variables of string type, two objects, you can say like that. S1 I am giving, S1 equals to, you will write the object name scanner dot next. So student, next is a function which takes only one word. As soon as the space you entered, it will terminate over there and extract that particular first word and store into S1. In the same way, now we are taking the next variable. Let's see. So here again we are declaring string s2 equals to sc dot next. So with the help of this, two strings or two words we had entered. Now the task what we had given, that if two strings are equal or not. First of all, you have to check this. Check and display whether two strings are equal or not. If two strings are not equal, then you have to print the string the highest length, right? So first of all, we will check whether they are in equal or not. So first of all, you have to convert both the strings into uppercase as asked. S1 equals to S1 dot two uppercase function will be applied. S2 equals to S2 dot two uppercase. So when both the strings has been converted into uppercase, you have to check if S1 dot equals, now you can apply the function S equals, give S2, then give equals to true, because this function returns Boolean type value. If it is equals to true, then what you have to do, you have to print whether they are equal. So simply you can print a message, system dot out dot println, both strings are equal. Yeah, both are equal, right? Now, in this question, in the else part, they had asked if it is not equal, if two strings are not equal, then print the string with the highest length. You have to print the string with the highest length. So here we had used the function equals, that they are comparing whether two strings are equal. Now, if they are not equal, then you have to check with their length. So in the else part, you will find the length, such as I am taking two variables, int L1, finding the length of S1 dot length, and second variable L2 equals to S2 dot length. After that, we'll compare if length 1 is greater than length 2, then print the highest. That means it is being asked that you have to print the string with the highest length. So what you can do, you can simply print system dot out dot println highest length equals to plus L1 is the length of S1, so print S1. Else if it is not so, if L2 is greater than L1, then you will print a message system dot out dot println again highest length, that is equals to plus S2, because S2 we are taking the length 2 as greater. If both the condition becomes false, so when both the condition becomes false, that's understood that both the lengths are equal. So in the else part, you will print a message system dot out dot println that both the strings are of equal length. Both the strings are of equal length. Close the double quotes and parenthesis semicolon. So in the else block, this part you have to carry it out and close the else block. After closing the else block, your function must be closed and your class must be closed. So this is the program, students, which I had solved over here. Question number 5. So two programs you had seen of the specimen, which has been sent by the council. Question number 4 and question number 5. One question is based on your arrays and second one is based on your strings. In strings, the program which we had done, it seems like it's very easy, but the trick and the logic part is there. If both the strings are not equal, then you have to again check with the help of their lengths. And according to the lengths, you have to print the string of the highest length. If they are not, if they are equal in length, then print both the strings are of equal length. So I hope that you learn this thing very well. So note down these programs and practice more programs for these arrays and strings.